Greetings, Commanders! Minnie here! Welcome back to another episode of Elite Dangerous Tips and Tricks. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the engineer known as Didi Vatermann. The engineer that deals with level 5 shield booster upgrades. Specifically, how to unlock her, what materials you need to get to level 5 access, and the materials you're going to need for those level 5 upgrades. Specifically, level 5 heavy-duty reinforced shield boosters, and of course the resistance augmented shield boosters, which make your shields more effective by reducing the inbound damage incoming to your shields. So let's take a look. Now, Didi Vatermann does shield boosters and shield generators. You get access to her from Celine Jean. So, Armor Chick gives you better shield upgrades Chick, and then you gained access to Didi Vatermann because your pilot's Federation trade rank is Merchant or higher. Smuggling missions, anyone? You fulfilled your initial contract by providing 50 units of Lavian brandy. Which is a whole lot of not fun to get. You can get Lavian brandy in the Lave system at Lave Station. Now, you're only limited to, well, when I did it, 12 tons at a time, and she wants 50 goddamn units. So that means 5 trips total. 4 trips gives you 48, and then the last 2 tons, there you go. Grade 1 access. I am so glad I am done doing that. So let's take a look at the engineer's workshop. So she has shield generators up to level 3 and shield boosters up to level 5. Well, Lei Chung already does shield generators to level 5, and I already have him unlocked. So, let's do level 5 shield boosters. Now, you've got blast resistant, you've got heavy duty, you've got kinetic resistance, and you have resistance augmented, which kind of gives you a flat bonus across the board, and thermal resistant. However, what I'm planning on doing is 6 heavy-duty shield boosters. Now, as you can see from my materials, you need untypical shield scans. These are scans and materials that you get goddamn passive scanning of ships. So you have to target them, and you have to target combat-oriented vessels. And if their shields are interesting, then you might get untypical shield scans. Now, I went to some conflict zones, which is pretty much where most of the materials that you get for these upgrades is from conflict zones and blowing up those combat ships. And untypical shield scans. Didn't get any from all the ships I targeted. So this is probably something you might want to do while you're in Super Cruise. As far as how to actually get these, it's RNG, baby. What can you do? Other than that, polymer capacitors. Once again, conflict zones. And antimony. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. One of them is, of course, scouring on planet surfaces, as you normally do. But I found a much faster way, and probably a way that not everyone will really enjoy me mentioning, but there's a persistent wreck of an anaconda on the surface of a planet. Now, I'm showing you some video right now of the crash site and stuff like that. So there's 3 cargo racks that you can blow up, and you have a pretty good chance for getting antimony. So if you only need a few rolls for heavy-duty shield boosters, you can drop down there. I'm going to throw the coordinates on the screen right now, and that's where you can find it. Anyway, pop open those cargo racks, and you can get all the antimony you need. After that, of course, emergency power cells. I got my emergency power cells from Otiman Dock, O-T-I-M-A-N, in LFT 1748. So, level 1 heavy-duty shield boosters. Grid resistors. You can get these from, ta-da, conflict zones, believe it or not, which are really easy to get. A lot of things drop these. So, if you only need 3 for 3 level 1 rolls, you only need to pick up 1 from a conflict zone. 1 and done. Level 2, distorted shield cycle recordings. Once again, scanning ships. Haulage type vessels though, so haulers, type 6, type 7s, type 9s, stuff like that. Hybrid capacitors you can also get from conflict zones, and CMM composite. I got my CMM composite from Wheelock Terminal in the Fong Wang system, Fong space WANG. It's the fourth planet in the system, and it is a surface base. You're going to want to head over to this location and pick up some CMM composite. Level 2 and Level 3 upgrades both use distorted shield cycle recording, so you're going to want at least 2 scans to get 6 of these to be able to do 3 Level 2 upgrades and 3 Level 3 upgrades. As far as hybrid capacitors, you can also get these from conflict zones. Or if you're seeing a theme here, I found a one-stop shop for most of your materials. However, niobium is one of those things you can either do surface prospecting for or get lucky when you're mining for rare materials for asteroids. It's pretty much where I've gotten all of mine. I mean, I've got like 28 of it, so I've still got plenty. And of course, magnetic emitter coils I picked up from ASGAA, AASGAA. Moving on to level 4, we've got an inconsistent shield soak analysis. Once again, scanning hauling ships. Their odd shield responses give you these. After that, electrochemical arrays. Some people find this a hard commodity find, but it drops like crazy in, you guessed it, conflict zones. And then, of course, 10, surface prospecting. I picked up tons of this just in my route of picking up other shit for other engineers, so I got plenty of that. Don't remember where, but surface prospecting. And then, of course, the last thing you're going to need for level 4 is emergency power cells. Once again, that's emergency power cells at Otaman Dock, OTIMAN, DOCK, and LFT 1748. Now your level 5 heavy duty shield booster. Untypical shield scans. Scanning combat ships this time, not hauling ships. Polymer capacitors. You can get these from conflict zones. Once again, hooray. After that, antimony. Go find that crashed anaconda and pick up as much as you want. And the emergency power cells are also used for the level 4 upgrade, so keep that in mind. So let's start burning through these upgrades, and I'll get back when I'm at level 5. And there we go, grade 5 access. Now I did 3 level 1 rolls, 3 level 2 rolls, 3 level 3 rolls, and 3 level 4 rolls. And there you go, grade 5 access. Now, let's start from the bottom and work our way up, shall we? Okay, so it says that I can get to 56, but I know it can go higher than that. So, we're going for a heavy-duty shield booster. You cost and generate. I have enough for 29 attempts because I forgot to stock extra emergency power cells. So here we go. Not great. We will apply that. Holy balls. Wow, that's an insane bonus. Alright, that one is done. That one went insanely high over. That's awesome. Alright, one done. That one is acceptable. I'm just bringing them all up to they're relatively even with each other based on the amount of rolls I have left. That one's really good. Over the top, apply. Now, I'm sure I will further increase these in the future, but for the time being, that's 6 shield boosters, and that was a shit ton of rolls. So, 56.7, 65.7, 55.6, 55, 56, 55. The highest one I've got is this one. 228.7% bonus. And a plus 65.7% bonus to shield boost. Not bad at all, if I do say so myself. I'd say that's a damn good bonus. 622 megajoule shield with a 3D shield generator. Can't wait to get back home and throw these on my Corvette. So with my upgraded shield and no shield boosters, I'm sitting at 1,273.4 shields. Let's see how high these shields get after I add all those modified shield boosters. Hey look, 99% power usage. With everything on. So my shield value is now 5,655.9.
Well, Minnie, you know, really high shield values are nice, but what if your shields were more durable too?
Well, that's where resistance augmented shield boosters come in handy. To make this upgrade, you need conductive ceramics. You get those from, ta-da, blowing up hauling ships. The second material is going to be refined focus crystals. You can also get these in high conflict zones by blowing up anacondas and stuff like that. That's generally where I got mine. I mean, I have 36 of them. Other than that, imperial shielding you get from high-grade emissions signal sources in systems under outbreak conditions. And with my great bounty of materials, I did a ton of rolls to get some pretty darn good resistance augmented shield boosters for my Federal Corvette. Alright, I've done a little bit of work off screen for my Federal Corvette, so let's take a look at it. Personally, I still don't think I'm done, but I'm going to show you guys what I have now. Right now, with our core internal, we've still got the same prismatic shield generator that I had on. I haven't modified this further. I might later, but right now I'm good. I'm still running 6 shield boosters, so let's take a look at the shield booster totals that I have. 65.7% shield boost, 63.1% shield boost, 61.6% shield boost, and a 61% shield boost. Now on my bottom 2 shield boosters, I have resistance augmented shield boosters. I have a 17.3% across the board. The shield boost value stayed the same. And then the other one, I have a 17.4 and a 16.8. So if we look at this one, 17.3% across the board from 0, and a 17.3% boost to kinetic, thermal, and explosive resistance. Now the mass on this one increased a tiny amount, the integrity decreased a little bit, and then the power draw went from 1.2 to 1.7. On the other one, we have a very similar total on the integrity. Power draw from 1.2 to 1.74. Kinetic resistance went from 0 to 17.4, 0 thermal to 16.8, 0 explosive to 16.8. Now, some of my shield boosters don't have a kinetic, thermal, or explosive resistance bonus, but some of them have a little bit to explosive, a tiny bit to kinetic, and nothing. So these four, I was mainly concerned about the shield boost total. However, if you get new explosive, thermal, or kinetic resistance bonuses, as well as a high shield boost amount, that's a pretty good value. So right now, my shield strength is sitting at a massive whopping of 4,984.9. If I can get this shield booster, and this shield booster up to the level of this one at 65.7, I'm probably going to hit above 5,000 shields. Now, I've done all the math, and according to all of the resistance totals combined together, with the resistance of my shields, miscellaneous shield booster bonuses, and then my resistance augmented shield bonuses, which you can see the shield values here, the 2 heavy duty shield boosters that got a bonus to each one of those, and then my 2 resistance augmenteds was the actual percentage values. My kinetic resistance is at 79.17, my thermal resistance is at 38.61, and my explosive resistance is at 93.15. So, if someone comes after me with explosive rounds, they don't do crap. Kinetic rounds, they don't do crap. Your basic thermal resistance on your shields is already at a base of negative 20. So you take the 20, combine it into that, that's a 58.61% bonus to my thermal resistance off of base, which is pretty awesome. I believe there's diminishing returns at about 75%. I'll have to probably do some more research in the future to confirm that, but I really don't want to go into that right now. But anyway, those are the shield resistance totals after adding the kinetic, thermal, and explosive resistance shield augmented shield boosters. So, 4,984.9 units of shield with pretty darn good resistance values. Pretty much anything coming against me with kinetic or explosive won't do very much. And thermal resistance, or thermal damage, is going to do a lot less than it would do before. I will probably put more effort into increasing my total shield value and increasing my total shield resistances. But I'll probably do that on my own time. No need to bother you guys with it. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like the video, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of Elite Dangerous Tips and Tricks. This is Minnie, signing out.